Okay guys, here we are on Fernbus Simulator again. We've had a number of patches. Most recent one was a few days ago. I think they've added French language in it or something. They've tried to fix traffic problems and stuff like that, but I've still noticed one or two bugs, and I still think there is a bug in the GPS system, because when I did another route the other day, the GPS was showing no miles to the next location or the next point in the trip, and I don't know whether that's been fixed yet. But this is where we're going. We're going from Wurzburg to Dresden, and that's Wurzburg. I presume that's how you pronounce it. Wurzburg there, and where are we going? Let's have a look. We're not going to Darmstadt. Are we going to Darmstadt? Yes, we are. Excuse me. And then we're going to Frankfurt. And then we're going up to Erfurt. I think that's how you pronounce that. And then Halle and Leipzig. And I think with these two towns we haven't discovered them yet. I think, at least I don't think I could start a trip there. There's certainly one of them I couldn't start a trip, and Dresden is the final destination. So let's go. Let's try this other bus, the one with the two double axle at the back. I don't see a great deal of difference in them, but apart from the fact it's got a double axle. Although the one thing I have noticed is that this second bus seems a little bit heavier to drive. It handles even more sluggishly than the first one. Right, so we are driving. The date is the last day of the year, 31st of December. And we're starting at 7 AM in the morning. There's still a little bug with the dynamic weather, because I still get that screen flicker whenever the weather's going to change. So we will start off. Of course, you start off by checking in your passengers, and you lose points if you try and check in the wrong one. But there's an easy way to make sure you've got the correct passenger by looking at the manifest. You can even check who you've checked in, and also check the list of those who are still to be checked in. That makes it a lot easier. So we're just loading up, and of course I don't know whether I mentioned in a previous video, but they added in what they call basic force feedback, and it's so basic it's really bad. It's so bad that you drive along, you don't have any force feedback feel at all, and then suddenly you've got a bump for no apparent reason. Anyway, we'll worry about that. I've got it switched off because it's annoying. They've changed the lighting at the bus stops. They've reduced the lighting, so you can see that all the passengers are silhouetted now. It's not as bright as it was. Right, so
Ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig.
Right, we need to log in. And we've got, what the hell's her name? June Ott. Now that should be easy enough to find if I can see her name. Now looking at the list, I definitely, oh there she is, she's hidden down the bottom there. So we'll get her checked in.
Grüezi, ich benötige noch ein Ticket für die Fahrt.
Right, he wants to go to Frankfurt. And if you want to double check whether you're going to Frankfurt or not, you just check your list of stops, and there's Frankfurt there, so he's okay with that. What's his name? Oh, we don't need his name, we just need to check him in. And where the hell's the thing? That's the one I'm looking for. And we just scroll down till we find Frankfurt. And that's it there, and That's a double check.
Danke sehr.
And that's him checked in. We'll try this fella here.
Guten Tag. Ich müsste noch ein Ticket bei Ihnen
And
kaufen.
we're definitely going to the airport. Now, my problem is that my wheel is
Auf geht's.
in front of my monitor, in front of my keyboard, so I'm sat back and it's difficult with my eyes to actually see the text.
Bitteschön.
Anyway, what's her name? Isabella Strauch. There, she's there, so we can check her in.
Cool.
And there's Grandma.
Mahlzeit. Ich benötige noch ein Ticket für die Fahrt.
This passenger wants to travel to Dresden. And again, if you're not sure, just go to your list and you can see Dresden's listed there. And then we choose Dresden and click check. And
Dankeschön.
that's her in. And we'll try this chap.
Hello. Könnte ich bitte ein Ticket bei Ihnen kaufen?
Right, we're definitely going to Halle. And that's it there. Check that.
Dankeschön.
And get him in.
Tag, fahren Sie in meine Richtung?
Right, this list tells you who's still to check in, so we've still got quite a lot of people to go. We're picking up quite a lot. Yeah, so what the hell's her name? Right, to find out her name, go to passengers, Leona Opperman. And there's her name there, so
Cool.
again, she's
Moin.
checked in.
Das Ticket. Bitteschön.
And we've got Lionel Brueggemann. So we'll just look for a big long name. There's Lionel there. Express check-in. Scan. Right.
Grüezi. Hier, mein Ticket.
Right. Martin looks... Yeah, he looks depressed, doesn't he? Right. Now, I see him there, so we can check him
Danke
in.
sehr. Salut. Ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig.
And we've got Dante Weibe. Now, I don't know how you pronounce that symbol, that letter in German. Weiss, is it Weiss? Maybe that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, Dante Weiss. So we'll look at the remaining passengers. There he's there.
Auf geht's.
And now it becomes easier to
Servus.
check in
Ich
the
hoffe,
right
ich bin hier richtig.
passengers. And her name is Elena Walter. And she's there as well. Express check-in.
Moin. Das Ticket. Bitteschön.
And Quinn Rode. Now, there's Quinn there. Express
Sehr
check-in.
freundlich.
Moin, Sie wollen bestimmt mein Ticket sehen.
And Laura Ritter. And she's the last one.
Cool.
So we are ready to go almost. We can just get into the bus. And we've got 3 minutes to go, so what we'll do is we will advance the clock. And we'll also just do the announcements to keep everybody happy.
Wir freuen uns, dass ihr an Bord seid und wir gemeinsam unser heutiges Reiseziel ansteuern.
Right, so at least we know we're leaving at 2 minutes past 7.
Hinweise.
Let's see
Auch
if the
bei uns
GPS
gilt
works.
die gesetzliche Anschnallpflicht. Bitte schnallt euch deshalb während der gesamten Fahrt an. In den Sitztaschen vor euch findet ihr unsere Bordkarte mit weiteren Sicherheitshinweisen und Infos.
The other
zu
annoying
unseren
thing I've
unseres
noticed is
Getränkeangebots.
that
Eine Toilette befindet sich im hinteren Einstieg.
you get warned
Wer
about
kostenlos surfen will, wählt sich einfach in unser WLAN
poor steering
Unser Reisetipp fürs Internet.
for
Schaut doch mal
for
auf
no
unserer
real apparent
Facebook-Page
reason,
vorbei.
other than the fact that you're maybe turning in a bend,
Und Nachrichten.
which seems a
Sollte
bit
euer
crazy.
Akku zur Neige gehen. Kein Problem. Viele unserer Sitze sind mit Steckdosen
I mean,
ausgestattet
sometimes I've
und
made some
entsprechend
sharp turns in the wheel and
So
it's
könnt ihr
called
erst
nothing
einfach
when
die
it
gesamte Fahrt
could
über
well have
ziehen.
been what you call
Wenn ihr
steering
euch nächste
misbehavior
Fahrt
within the
auch
game,
buchen wollt,
but sometimes it
holt
just
einfach
calls it
unsere
out of the
App
blue
und profitiert
when you're
von
just making a
exklusiven
move on the
Auf
autobahn.
flixbus.de stehen täglich brandaktuell alle Infos
Which is
und
strange.
Städteverbindungen für euch.
Anyway, it's 7:02. We are ready to go.
Service ständig
We don't want to hang
weiter
around.
Für Feedback zu eurer Fahrt bitte den Fragebogen, den
Oh,
ihr euch
right, before I do go, I keep forgetting. I need to get my mirrors sorted out. You hit the left tab button, and then you hit the mirrors that you want, and then hit the tab button again.
Information about the journey. The wearing of seatbelts is
Morgen habe ich
compulsory
eine
on
Erkältung.
board the bus. Therefore, please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the entire journey.
And that's another thing I haven't worked out yet, is how to adjust this bloody temperature. I can certainly turn the dial up, but I don't see the temperature changing, so goodness knows how you do it and what button you press. I haven't looked at it enough. But that'll do. Now, if you look at the GPS, you can see on the top of the GPS it says Darmstadt in no miles, or no minutes, sorry. It's not giving me kilometres and the actual distance that we've got to go. All we know is we've got to get there for 8:32.
Of course, we're always striving to improve our service. Please use the questionnaire we send you by email to give us feedback about your journey. You can also use it to share your suggestions, ideas and requests. We are always ready to assist. And now, we can finally set off. Thank you for listening. We hope you have a relaxing journey and enjoy traveling with Flixbus.
Need to get rid of that mouse cursor, it's annoying me. And they still haven't added AI people in towns. There's no human beings in these towns. They're all in cars or lorries. They still haven't added any other buses in terms of AI traffic. You will never see a bus. You will only see cars, trucks, and that's about it. Again, it seems a strange omission. It shouldn't be long till we get some daylight. Dawn's just breaking. Of course, the other thing in this game is that on these journeys through Germany, at some point you have to take this rest stop. It's obligatory, you have to do it, or else the passengers will just keep annoying you by complaining that they want to have a smoke, or they're going to have a thrombosis, or whatever. One other feature about the GPS, as I've mentioned before as well, that nobody seems to be, I don't know whether the people are giving feedback to the developers about it, but they need a feature to allow you to zoom on the GPS as you can in any, well, the GPS I've got in my car allows you to zoom in and out, and it should allow you to do it in this game as well, and that way your exit doesn't suddenly just appear and it turns out you're in the wrong lane and that happens often. I've made that mistake plenty of times. You're driving at 100 kilometers an hour and suddenly, although you're in the middle lane, your GPS shows you should be turning right at the next exit, and you'll get traffic in the inside and you have to slow down, or you have to cut in front of traffic. Again, these are oversights when the game was being tested. If it was being tested by a number of people, I don't know, but that's the sort of feedback I would have been given to them. You know, you need to get that as an option, you need to add this, you need to do this, you need to do that, and all of these sort of things could have been ironed out long before they ever planned on releasing the game. This game is most certainly unfinished, and to release a modern game where the whole purpose of the game is about driving and not have force feedback in it is a complete oversight, and it just smacks of them desperate to get the damn thing out onto the market and make a few euros, and then the question is whether there's going to be an awful lot of follow-up to it. This game has a strong potential to just die a death and be forgotten about unless they address many of these issues fairly quickly. Like, for example, not knowing what distance you've got to go into your next town. Like, for example, the traffic lights, allowing you to drive through the traffic lights without any penalty. Red lights mean nothing in this game other than the fact that you can certainly cut across the traffic by going through the red light, but you certainly risk crashing into a vehicle cutting across who has the right of way. These are niggling, annoying things, and the weather, dynamic weather's been improved a great deal, but so far I've been driving in frosty, snowy weather where there's snow in the ground, but I have had no precipitation, no snow while I've been driving at all. And the more I think about it, the more sort of bugs and glitches that will come to me, but the dynamic weather one is still there. There is still a screen flicker when the sky is changing. It flickers right across the top of my screen like a bar. Very, very fleeting glimpse you'll get of it, but these things are still there. And it just irritates me that games can come out like this. So, what time is it? 7:43, and we've to be there for 8:32. I don't know how long we're going to be. I don't know whether we'll get there in time, whether we'll be behind schedule, ahead of schedule, who knows. But so far we've managed to keep the passengers quiet. Now we've got a slight bend, and this is the thing I need to get used to, is turning this steering wheel a lot more in this game than I do in Euro Truck. And it's getting lighter. There's that flicker there. I just can't help but notice it every time it happens. One thing I'm going to have to look at is mods and see. I think I've actually had a quick glimpse at one of the mod websites, and it seems to be that at the moment the popular... Oh, what the hell happened here? Was that the bus supposed to be sliding on the ice? Goodness knows. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, the popular thing at the moment seems to be just modding the skins on the bus. I haven't seen any new buses in the mod website, and I haven't seen any maps, no additional maps, because all we have is a map of Germany. Obviously maps take a while to design and also to get tested and put together, so there's a lot more work needed. You can't just have a map 2 weeks after the game's been released or so, but it just depends how much the mod community get behind it. But the mod community is not going to get behind a game where there's not a lot happening. What the hell is this? Traffic lights. Jesus Christ, I just made that and no more. And this is the problem with this GPS. It's you've got to keep your eye on the road, and then you've got to keep glancing down to make sure that the junctions ahead aren't the one that you need. And that, I was too busy talking there, but things happen too quickly for my liking. Well, I must have increased the temperature one way or another, or turned on the fan a bit higher, because I've had no more complaints about the temperature. I had an incident in a trip that I did the other day as well, which was crazy. You'll have seen where, if you've looked at any of the Fernbus videos, you may well have seen sections of the autobahn that are closed off down to one lane because they're actually doing maintenance. And you've got what we call like a contraflow system in the UK, where you've got one lane of traffic going one way and one going the other. And for some crazy reason, the oncoming traffic on the left lane that I was heading towards, they all started crashing into one another. So there was like an almighty pile-up on the autobahn. Cars sitting on their sides, cars bouncing up off one another. And I believe that was a bug as well. I do not believe that they put in a deliberate full head-on accident on the autobahn. I don't believe that's part of the code within the game. And I wish I had been recording that so that I can actually see it. But if it's in there, it's going to happen again. Hopefully the GPS will update once we get to the end of the first trip, or the first part of the journey. This looks like a town that we're entering. Is it the right town? Is it Darmstadt? I haven't a clue. It's 8:13, so I would expect it to be the correct place, and we're well ahead of, well, I'll say that again. We're well ahead of schedule. What speed limit are we? 50. So I don't think there's any need to rush now. Flicker again. It's just so noticeable to me. The frame rate's pretty good though. It's more than acceptable. We're still in the right lane. I feel that we've probably got a left turn up ahead or something, so in which case we're in the wrong lane when we come up to it. Again, it looks as if it's going to be a nice, dry, crisp winter's day with no rain or snow. Right, so we're going right turn here. Get the right indicator on. Now, where's the bus stop? Ah, round the corner again. We're doing a U-turn here. So it's 8:30 and hopefully the bus stop is round the corner. We're to get there by 8:32. We're going to be on time or a minute or two late, depending how far along this road we've to go. Ah, there it is up there. Well, we're just almost dead on time. Right. Let's check this lot in.
Mahlzeit, hier mein Ticket.
Right, Heinrich Korn. And there she is. So we've only got 1, 2, 5 passengers. I can cope with that.
Vielen Dank.
So there's obviously a few here that are
Mahlzeit, bitte
not
sehen.
going with us. Daphne Erlos. Well, I can tell one thing. This lady isn't going with us because she's not in the list. I don't see her name, so
Die haben mir echt das falsche Ticket gebucht.
sayonara.
Mahlzeit. Ich benötige noch ein Ticket für die Fahrt.
There's the same depressed granny as we picked up in the last one. Dresden. Where the hell is it? There.
Dankeschön.
You're welcome. Right. Now, is this little babe going with us?
Mahlzeit, hier ist mein Ticket.
Isma Kratchma. There she is at the top. Make sure you sit just behind the driver, darling.
Vielen Dank.
Hello, mein Ticket?
Pauline, what the hell's that? Ebling. Right, now let's see who's remaining. That makes it easier. There she's there.
Vielen Dank.
So,
Guten Tag. Ich würde gerne ein Ticket kaufen.
Well, you can take you to airport because we're going there. Where is it? There it is. Check.
Cool.
Hello.
Bitte sehr.
And that's Alia Dittman. Yeah, you're listed and you go.
Dankeschön. Grüezi, ist das gültig?
Aber what's that? Conrad. Yeah, we've got you as well.
Vielen Dank.
So we can go into the bus. And it's 8:36, so we're 2 minutes late, so get the right indicator on, let's go. There's a car coming.
Morgen habe ich eine Erkältung.
We're going to get the same complaint every bloody time somebody gets in the bus. I need to study this dashboard and see how we work this bloody temperature thing. That's the announcement thing there. That's a horn thing, that's a radio, but... Right, so turn that one up. Turn that one up higher. Hopefully that will do you, because that's all that's going to get done.
Ist das kalt hier drin?
Well, you're just going to have to bloody freeze then. Any more complaints, you can go out and walk. And get rid of that mouse cursor. You know something, I never even thought to look within the game files to see if there's an instruction manual for this game. It's probably all in German. Right, so now the GPS is caught up. It's showing Frankfurt 75 kilometres. Let's have a look at the map. Right, let's have a look. Where are we going? Darmstadt. Right, Frankfurt there, right. That seems like a roundabout way to get there, but that's our next stop. And the sun's rising. Is that behind us or off to our left? Somewhere like that. Right, there's a fuel station. We don't need fuel. But, well, that's the other thing I never checked. Let's have a look at the map again. I need to check where the first rest stop would be. Now, there's one there. But that one's after Frankfurt, so we need to remember to take a rest stop there. It's just a parking place, there's no fuel at it, but we've got hundreds of fuel, we don't need to get fuel. And another rest stop up there, so that's fine, we can live with that. And this is the one thing I do like, watch the camera fix itself. There we go, I like that. Now that's a good thing, because I'm using my mouse to actually zoom in on the map and stuff like that, and when you go back to the cabin view, the camera fixes itself up, which I like. Now just check our mirror. We're okay to go. probably get complaints here that I'm going too slow. And these were the problem sections, actually getting onto the main line of traffic. That's okay, that was smooth. So time is 8:52. We've only 63 kilometers to go.
Oh, ich verpasse meinen Termin wegen Ihnen.
And we have to get there by 9:57. Well, that looks very likely we're going to be there in bags of time. Even though we started a couple of minutes late, we look as if we're going to make this in plenty of time to spare. And it's these sort of sections here that they do you for steering misbehaviour. Right, we're going in that lane.
So kommen wir nie an.
You want to get there in one piece, don't you? So shut up complaining. I'm just a new driver. Is that a plane going overhead? I thought it sounded like it.
Langsamer und wir fahren rückwärts.
Now, what the hell was that noise there? Did something run into my rear end there? Light accident. Now I say we've got plenty of time to get there. It's now 9:07. We've got 50 minutes to get there, and we've got 41 kilometres to go. All we need to do now is get held up in heavy traffic within the city when we arrive there, and we might not be as early as we think. Anyway, we can get the foot down. Oh, it's dropped down to 80 again. Goes up to 100, and then within 100 yards it goes back down to 80 kilometres an hour. And now it's back up to 100. Now I don't know whether I'm in the right lane or the wrong lane, because I can't see the bloody signs, can't read them. Everything's going past too quickly. Oh right, well I pulled into that guy.
Audi.
I was too busy trying to see the road sign. So that's 2 light accidents in the space of 2 minutes. Right, we're okay now. Yeah, that one was definitely my fault. I don't know about the first one, but I'm certainly going to... Oh shit! Again, too busy looking at the road ahead, and the GPS suddenly shows you your left turning now. Right, so we've got 18 kilometres to go. And it's now 9:20. Oh, this is going to be sort of touch and go, isn't it? I thought I'd a lot more time than that. I mean, this is obviously quite a big city to drive through. And goodness knows how many set of traffic lights we're going to have to stop at. But we've got 30 minutes to get there. Surely 30 minutes for 13 kilometres, we've got to do that. Now you just know that if they did add AI, you know, public walking around, that would certainly slow the frame rate down, because the more things you have happening on screen at the same time, the more of a hit it would be in the frame rate. Right, anyway, we're turning left, single lane, so that's not a problem. So remember now, after we pick up the passengers here and we get out onto the main road, we have to look out for the rest stop that we're going to have to take, because these passengers will be complaining fairly soon, as is their tendency to do so. Right, now I'm going to have to give way. Well, at least that guy slowed down when he saw me taking the corner. I was waiting in a crunch there as he crunched into the side of the bus. So we've still got 10 kilometres to go. And it's 9:32. And of course the traffic lights are at red. Your first day in your new job as a bus driver and you've already had 2 accidents, that'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? Right, they're at green, they're at green, they're at green, stay at green. There's another set of traffic lights. Of course, we don't even really care if the traffic lights are at green or red or not, because if we want to, we can just drive through them. Oh, that one's turned to green, that's good. That one's at red, right, so we'll just drive straight through it. And the only thing that would have done us harm there is if traffic was coming from the right. Right, there's green to go. It's 9:40, and again, I'm assuming that because we're doing a round circle here, or a circular turn, and keep turning right there. There's a bus stop. I thought so. So the way in is probably the way out here. The route that we've just came in, we're probably just going to head straight back out that way. Right, so we've arrived in plenty of time. The passengers are blue with the cold because I can't work the air conditioning. But apart from that, they're more or less in one piece. Now, how many are we picking up here? There's just, what, 4 or 5? Right, so Frankfurt, oops. Right, Frankfurt is now unlocked, so we can now start journeys from Frankfurt. Right, let's go out and check who's coming on board. Oh, she just turned her back on me. Well, sod you, you can wait.
Tag, kann ich bei Ihnen ein Ticket kaufen?
He's going to Halle, so we can take him. Is that Halle? I can't read that. I think it is. Good.
Cool.
Right, I'm leaving you because you've got your back turned on me. Sod you, bitch.
Guten Tag, das Ticket.
Jim Shites. Jim Shats. Right, we'll check how Jim's doing. There he is. So,
Ciao.
you can get on board.
Grüezi, hier ist mein Ticket.
And Eliza Wagner. Right, there she is. You can
Vielen
go.
Dank.
And this young gentleman here, he looks really depressed. Look at those eyes. He looks as if he's went 10 rounds with bloody Mike Tyson.
Moin, das Ticket. Bitte schön.
Louis Jost. There he is. Is that him? Yes, it is.
Auf geht's.
Right, so right, you can still stand there, bitch, with your back to me. You're an ugly looking bitch as well.
Salut, kann ich bei Ihnen ein Ticket kaufen?
Erfurt, we're going there, sir. You certainly can. Where are we there?
Cool.
Right, we'll check this part.
Ich hoffe, ich
Chap
bin hier
here.
richtig.
Taha Berens. Right, so that's one.
Cool.
And there's one left, and we all know who that's. Well, I hope it's this one here, not her.
Hallo, Sie
Oh,
wollen
it is.
bestimmt mein
Is it
Ticket
her?
sehen.
Let's find out. She's going to Halle. Dana Petri. Yeah, good.
Auf geht's.
Oh, I did the right thing. Where is she? Where is she? You weren't getting the bus at all, were you? That's why you just turned your back on me. Well, good luck. I hope you bloody freeze. Right, what's the time? 9:59. It's 9:48. Oh, that was in good time. So we've got a few seconds and we are back on schedule. Clock will tick round to 9:49. Sorry, no, tell a lie. We're 10 minutes ahead of schedule. I can't read the bloody clock now. Right, so what we do to get round that is go into the sat nav, click the clock, and you want to skip to a minute before departure. We certainly do. Right, that'll do. I've got the signal going to go out. See if there's any traffic coming. This minute seems like an hour. Right, and of course now, while that clock was ticking, we are in Frankfurt, so we are now departing Frankfurt, and there's our first stop. And it wouldn't surprise me between Frankfurt and there that the passengers start complaining about needing to take a rest. You watch and see. Right. Any time now, we should be ready to go. And I wonder if, I can see her in my right mirror there. I wonder if she'll get her bus. Right, there we go. Check the mirror. Nothing coming. We are on our way. Camera corrects itself. And I'm hitting the wrong indicator again.
Heizen? Wir sind hier nicht in der Arktis.
And this guy's complaining about the temperature as well. Well, he can complain. I've adjusted it as much as I can and basically don't know what I'm doing. Keep your gloves on. Right, so now we have 302 kilometers to go. It's 10 AM and we've to get there by 1:47 in the afternoon, so that's quite a way to go. And we'll have that rest stop between this part of the journey and the next stop. We just need to remember to keep an eye on the exit to get there. Probably miss that. Right, let's go. Got to be patient at these traffic lights. Get out of any habit of just continually driving through them. The curious thing is I haven't been done for steering misbehaviour yet. And the other feature about the GPS systems are that you can plan your own route on a normal GPS. You can't do that on this one. It doesn't allow you. You pick the starting point, you pick the next destination. Look at the state of this. Now I had a green light there. Now, why the hell was he turning? He just decided to turn straight into me, so I've now been done for a heavy accident. Jesus Christ, man. I'm not accepting liability for that. Sod off. Is that the sun going to be in our eyes going down this road? Ah, now, so we've got no traffic lights here. We've got an exit road off the autobahn to our right. And we need to get round the corner. And you notice that twice we've arrived at a bus stop, twice passengers have got on, and twice they've complained about the temperature. And now that you do nothing, they don't give you any further complaints. They just sit there and freeze. Thank goodness the sun's at our back. Right, we're out into the traffic. And now I'm driving too slow. I'm just picking up. I'm accelerating, you stupid bastards. Now again, I'm shit scared because I'm looking at the GPS, I'm looking at the signs up above. I'm looking to make sure I'm in the right lane now, get the traffic slowed up here, and now we're getting into one of these bloody contraflow systems. Yeah, it was like this, and the traffic coming towards us had an almighty pile up. Well, I'm doing 83, so I'm certainly not going slow now. I'm actually breaking the speed limit for this part of the road. Now we need to keep our eye out for this rest stop. Now, is that it? Is that a sign there for it? Let's have a look at the map just to be sure. Where are we? Right, now we're knocking right on the door, so we need to get in there. So the exit should be up ahead. I think that's the second sign. Yep, that's definitely it. Now what the hell is that? There's somebody else crashed into me now. Fuck's sake. So this will be our first rest stop. Remember, I don't think there's any fuel here. We don't need fuel anyway, so... Right, we park in at the left, or you just drive into it and then suddenly you'll have a little minute of... a few seconds of black screen. There we are, and then we're parked up, ready to go. Well, that was quick. So that should stop any complaining for the time being. And now we've got to get past this traffic coming from the right. I'm looking at that side mirror there, I don't see anything. And look at the speed of these cars. How am I meant to pull out into that? Well, I'm just going to do it. So 248 kilometers to go. And they keep complaining when you're just coming onto the autobahn and you're accelerating. Again, that's just an annoying thing. 11:04 AM. Again, it looks like another beautiful, frosty, crispy day. Oh, I've got to get done for steering misbehaviour here, surely. No. There, the sky got a little grey there, and you've got the screen flicker each time that sky changes. There, it's gone to a different colour now, it's gone to a different brightness. That really is untidy. That's how I would describe it. It's so niggly and annoying. Well, we're motoring along at what, 90, 100 kilometers an hour. We're going to get there in good time, I would imagine. And now we've got something slowed up here. Am I in the right lane or the wrong lane? I don't know. Yes, it looks as if I'm in the correct lane. No, I'm not. I'm still in the wrong lane. And that's why the GPS needs a zoom function. Now we're doing a complete loop round here by the looks of it. That's us going under the road that we've just came along. Speed limit's dropped to 80. Now we've got a 4-lane autobahn. That's shrunk down to 3 already. Well, all our passengers have got hypothermia, but they're all happy. I'm glancing down at this GPS system every 2 or 3 seconds. For fear of missing a turn. I'm going into the middle lane. No, I should be in the right lane. So Erfurt is our next destination, 160 odd kilometres to go, 11:39 in the morning, and we have to be there by 10 to 2 in the afternoon. There's something coming.
Ja, Neujahr sind wir dann da.
And
Mein Nagel ist angerissen.
where the hell did he bounce to? They just don't slow down when you're trying to come on to merge in the traffic. At one point everything was slowing down to let everything into the main flow of traffic. Now the car just flies up and doesn't slow down one iota. I'm just going to hit the foot to the floor and see how early we can get there. Of course we're going to have to phone ahead and make sure we get the paramedics there, because I've got about 30 hypothermic passengers. Their hands are frozen, their knuckles are blue. And of course, as soon as you lose a bit of concentration here and start looking around, you miss a turn, you miss an exit, and I'm desperate not to do that. We've got to be steering misbehaviour here. No. Another thing that annoys me about the GPS, if you look at the kilometres at the moment, it's at 131. We've got 131 kilometres to go, and it doesn't update in kilometre increments that you would expect it to. It updates in chunks, which is irritating. So it's still at 131. Just keep your eye on it. Now it's jumped down to 118. And back in. I think this may well be the biggest part of the journey between these last two cities or towns. We'll have a look at the map once we get to the end of this part of the journey and see what's still to come. There's the sun going round into our eyes. They've got the God rays in it through the trees. We're going a bit too fast for this part of the road. Now all of a sudden we're down to 86 kilometres to go. So I'm doing 101 kilometres an hour, so another hour would be 11 minutes past 1, and that's still plenty of time. We have to arrive at 13:47. Bearing in mind we'll have a bit of a city to drive through, which will slow us right down, but I think we're still going to be plenty of time. Well ahead of schedule, I think, unless we get caught up in something. Lights changed again. Oh, we're missing that exit, that's good. Again, now would be a good time to double check the map to make sure that we are heading towards, the next exit after this one is the one that we need to take, so we need to be in the inside lane. preparation. And this should be our exit up ahead. That's nice. Traffic lights are at green. Sun's going behind us again, that's even nicer.
Ja, das wird dann nichts mehr mit dem Date.
No, you're not going to miss your date. You're going to be there in plenty of time. You not looked at your bloody watch. Nearly missed a turn there because of you. It's 12:40 PM and we've to be there by 13:47. That's an hour and we've got 14 kilometres to do it in an hour. So how the hell are we driving too slow? What is it with these lights? They're all suddenly at green. Oh, that one's going to green as well. That's a miracle. Exactly 1 hour to reach our destination and we have 10 kilometres to go. And I'm pretty certain we're going to do that in time, no problem. Now, of course, as we get closer to our final destination, I would imagine we're going to pick up less passengers. At least that's the theory. I'm getting this feeling I should be out into the left lane. There, what did I tell you? There we go. And I will obey the traffic lights. Right, there we are. That's even better. Just changed. Now have I got to give way here? Doesn't look like it. I'll stay in this lane. Nice and gentle. Wrong signal. Get the right signal. That's it. Still 47 minutes to get there. And only 2 kilometres to go. The bus stop's just round the corner. Got to be. And now they're going to say, oh, we've arrived so early. Watch what happens at the end of this. We're going to be holding up the traffic here. Nope, they're not saying anything. That's a change. Right, now let's get off the bus. So there's actually, having opened my mouth, there's loads of people waiting. Right, this guy's not interested, is he? No, he's not interested, he's just a bystander.
Salut. Ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig.
Right. Valerie Weissler. Well, there's only 3 people, so out of all those people there, there's only 3 people getting on, and I've got bad news for this lady. She's not going to be one of them.
Oops.
Yep. See you later. And I must say, I love your tracksuit top. That's gorgeous. And this guy's got balls. He's got a t-shirt on. So's the other one. At the back, 2 or 3 of them with t-shirts, and it frees the nuts off you. Right. Come on. Now my mouse isn't working. What the hell's happening here?
Ciao, fahren Sie in meine Richtung?
Right, what's his name? Malthaler. There he is.
Sehr freundlich.
Well, she's got a bag. Surely she wants to go. Oh, look at that face. That's scary. No. Just
Hallo, kann ich bei Ihnen ein Ticket kaufen?
Yes, you can.
Cool.
Moin, ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig.
Right, Alia Bartel. Yeah, there you go.
Sehr freundlich.
Mahlzeit, bitte sehr.
Right, Morris Volmar. And that's the last passenger. Right, let's go into the bus. Or is it still saying check-in passengers? I thought that was the last passenger.
Grüezi. Ich benötige noch ein Ticket für die
Oh
Fahrt.
no, he wants to buy one, right. I've got you, I've got you. Right, Dresden, check. So you've got passengers that are pre-booked and you've got people that just want to pay. Now. Ah, now I go into the bus, right, that's fine. Look at that, it's 13:07 and we have to depart at 13:49, so we're plenty of time. Right, we'll just advance the clock. And we've got that minute to go. We'll have a look at the map. Right, where are we now? We're in Erfurt. We are making stops at Halle, Leipzig and Dresden. We've taken a rest stop and well, there's a fuel station here. What we'll do is we'll go into the fuel station in Halle for a laugh. And we're going to probably get complaints about taking a rest, but there's another option to take a rest there on the final leg of the journey towards Dresden. Countdown's on, probably the last 30 seconds. 13:49 we kick off. In fact, I wouldn't even bother with an indicator. Right, there we go. We are on our way, folks. Now, who's going to complain about the temperature?
Das ist hier kein Tief.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. Now, I wonder if I'll get penalised for that at the end of this trip. Passengers been too cold. Can't see the traffic light, right. Right, so we have 97 kilometres to go to get there at 3:27 PM. It's almost, say almost 2 o'clock, 13:53. Now, of course, all the traffic lights are going to be red on the way out of the city. not so much as a snowflake has fallen on our journey. And how many accidents is that I've had now? About 4. 2 where I'll certainly admit they're my fault. Oh, I'm getting tired. Oh, I'm in the wrong bloody lane as well. Now, where's that fuel station, I wonder? Now the reason I'm yawning is I'm up at 4 AM every day to go to work. That's why I'm yawning. And it's now, in real time, it's now 6:50 PM. And in just over 3 hours I'll be back in my bed and back up at 4 AM tomorrow morning. Oh dear, now we've got the sun in our eyes. Right, we're in the wrong lane again. Get back a bit so I can see the light. Good, the sun's going behind us again for the time being. Now these are the sort of roads you need to be careful on, because although the speed limit's at 100 kilometres, a bend is going to crop up, and if you're going too fast into it, you're going to drift over into the oncoming traffic. So that's why I'm taking it fairly leisurely. We'll get complaints about the speed, of course, but we just ignore them. An hour and 10 minutes to get there. Now we've got that low winter sun at our back, we've got the long shadow of the bus in front of us. You know, that's one thing they've got right. And now we're into 2 lanes, and I'm very surprised I haven't been done for steering misbehaviour in this journey. That's the unusual thing. Ah, we're back down to 1 lane again. Oh shit, there's somebody coming. Now with all of these trees and everything round about, I'm still getting 49 frames a second, which is good. Speed limits dropped down to 70. This is what I mean about having to take it easy on these sort of back roads. These corners can just jump straight up and bite you. Back up to 100. 54 kilometers to go. Speed limits dropped again. It's fluctuating up and down. And the obligatory windmills in this game as well. I think the first time I ever saw these wind farm things in a game, if you can remember, I think it was Daytona 500. The arcade racing game. I think that's the first one in the arcades, at least probably 25 years ago or more, that we saw these big wind farm things, and now they seem to be in every sort of game. And if I remember rightly, that Daytona driving game, that had hundreds of these bloody windmills in it. Big banks of them. All along the road that you were on.
Klemmt das Gaspedal oder warum rast er so?
Oh, I'm speeding now, am I? Oh, that's great. Thanks for letting me know. Because there's bound to be speed cameras along here. Bit more snow on the ground by the looks of it. Maybe I'm just imagining it, but certainly none falling from the skies. So it's now 14:48. How far we got? Oops, wait a minute. 20 kilometres to go, and we have to be there for 3 minutes short of 3:30. Well, we're going to be there, or thereabouts. On schedule, I would suggest. If we don't have any more bloody traffic lights. And now we've got traffic merging from the right. Hopefully none. I don't see anything there. there's our town of Halle up ahead. So the speed limit is going to drop like a stone any minute now, I would imagine. Oh, well,
Wurden wir gerade geblitzt?
too late. It's saying 100 kilometres and I've been done for speeding and I wasn't even doing 100 kilometres. Now it's gone down to 80 and 50 or whatever it is. That's a load of shit. The sat-nav was still saying 100 when those bloody lights flashed, and there was no way on the earth I was doing 100 kilometres. I'm going to dispute that bloody speeding fine. Fine, I should say. Right, where are we going in here? I'm getting a bit pissed off with that. Anyway, we've arrived and we're in plenty of time. It's 4 minutes past 3. Where the hell do we park the bus? Alright, up here. Plenty of time. And it looks like only potentially, what, 3 passengers, 4 passengers if there is. Right. While we're here, another double check of the map. So we're at Halle, Leipzig, and our final destination is Dresden. And we've got that rest stop in there with the option for fuel, which we'll take. And I'm certain now that between here, where we are, and where we're going to stop, I'm sure they'll start complaining about taking a stop. It's been quite a while. Right, we'll get out and get these passengers in. Right, now.
Hello, ist das gültig?
Alright, well we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people to get. And his name is Diego Veit. So he's obviously got a Spanish father.
Danke sehr. Hello, hier ist mein Ticket.
Ragnar Kretschmer. Ragnar is a Nordic name. And well, I'll tell you why I know it's a Nordic name, because there's a movie made in, I think it was about 1960, with Ernest Borgnine in it, and Kirk Douglas, and also Tony Curtis, and it was called The Vikings. And Ernest Borgnine played the father of Kirk Douglas, and Ernest Borgnine's character's name was Ragnar. I'm sure it is. Anyway, enough of that waffle. What the hell was Kretschmer? Now, is it me and I just can't see his name? Oh, there he is.
Danke sehr.
Now they're all turned away from me. Is there anybody behind me?
Grüezi, bitte sehr.
What's his name? Mick Eckert. Mick Eckert. There he is. Right.
Danke.
You can go on. Right, turn. Oh.
Servus, Sie wollen bestimmt mein Ticket sehen.
Dana Reichert. Yep, you're
Ciao.
okay.
Salut, fahren Sie in meine Richtung?
Okay, Grandad. What's your name? Milan Lannert.
Ciao.
Right, now we've got one more.
Hello, ist das gültig?
This chap looks keen. Berke Lechner. And that's him, so
Dankeschön.
we're ready to go again. If I can find a bus. So we're still well ahead of schedule. We'll advance the clock, say OK, hit escape, and then find our way out of this place with a minute to go. So remember, just double checking, between Halle, sorry, not Halle, between Leipzig, so that's our next destination. Between Leipzig and our final one, Dresden, we will take fuel, we'll take the rest stop at the time that the passengers start complaining, probably. That's what I think will happen. Right. A minute to go. Bit of a tight turn to get out of here. So it's now going to start getting down to dusk, early evening. The nights get early, of course, at this time of year, or it gets dark early, I should say. Right, we're on our way.
Gibt es hier keine Heizung?
Oh, he's cold again. That is tight, that. Oh, I had a light accident there. I can't turn any tighter than that, for Christ's sake. The steering wheel was right round to the right. Now, no traffic coming, so I'm going. Yeah, I think the sun's gone.
Können Sie mal eine Pause einlegen?
There we go. Can you make a rest? Yes, I will make a rest. Oh, there's that fuel station there, but we won't bother with that one. We'll wait to the next, the main one that we're going to stop at. Now, in games like Train Simulator, you get done for, you get penalised for the comfort of your passengers. So, you know, if you're braking too sharply, things like that while you're coming into a station, maybe. I don't think that happens in this game. I think you can slam on the brakes and stick their heads into the back of the seat in front of them, and nothing happens. Now the lighting's changed again. It's got cloudy as if it's going to snow. I'm still waiting to see snow. This sky will probably clear in a second or two anyway.
Können Sie mal eine Pause einlegen?
I did say that there's no option to take a break here. It's actually between Leipzig and Dresden. Yeah, I did. I'm even confusing myself now. So 48 kilometres. We've to be there at 16:36. It's now 15:46 at the moment. Now I think we've had one heavy accident. That was the guy cutting across me when as far as I was concerned, I had right away and I was accelerating. And then we had those other three, two of which, as far as I could see, were cars flying up into my arse. And one which was definitely me. Of course I'm biased. It was all his fault, officer, it wasn't mine. Nope, we're going straight on and the traffic lights. Right, slam the anchors on.
Wann kommt der nächste Rastplatz?
A little while yet, madam. I was going to call you something else there, but I cleaned it up. And there's the low sun appeared again, somewhere behind us. I'm just going to carry on. This lighting's actually pretty good with a very low sun at this time of the day in winter. They've got that pretty well done. Now what's the bets I should be in the left hand lane waiting to turn right, or sorry, left? No, straight on.
War der nicht gerade ein Rasthof?
War da nicht gerade ein Rasthof?
Through the red light, through the green light this time. Now again, 7 kilometers to go, plenty of time to get there.
Ich würde mir gerne mal die Füße vertreten.
Yeah, well, you can go outside, but you're certainly not going to be getting out here. Of course, this is sort of rush hour at night now, so there's a fair bit of traffic in the town. But none that seems to be going my direction. Right, there's the bus stop to the right, so we're going up and round and behind.
War da nicht gerade ein Rasthof?
I don't think there's anybody here. Yep, none to pick up here by the looks of it. Yep, so we'll just advance the clock. And our final destination, and then that stop, that rest stop in between. So we're in Leipzig and we're heading to the final stop at Dresden, and that's our stop there, that one. Right. And the other thing is when you're at an actual bus stop in a destination that you were meant to arrive at, i.e. this one, Leipzig, why the game doesn't recognise that as a rest stop, I don't know. Because you're stopped. And we'd arrived like 15 minutes early. But it only recognises the appointed rest stops where you can take a rest and or get fuel. Right, so clocks tick round to the departure time, so we're on our way. and we have 163 kilometers to go. And this guy's cold as well. Every time they get into the bus there's one complainer about the temperature. Just cuddle up to your fellow passenger if you want, that'll warm you up. You know, a nice touch as well would be if you could see the exhaust coming from the vehicles in this cold weather, but they obviously haven't thought of that either. In fact, that's the funny thing. Let's have a look at the outside camera. If I zoom in, you can see the exhaust out the bus there, but I don't think you can see it out the cars. Maybe I haven't really looked close enough. No, I don't see anything out the cars. Maybe I can't. My eyes are bad anyway, so maybe that's why I can't see it. It's going to take us half an hour to get out of this place. Quite a nice town. It's so nice nobody wants to live here. You don't see anybody.
War da nicht gerade ein Rasthof?
Oh yeah, we got done for speeding as well, didn't we? Yeah, that's another loss of 10 points. We got done for speeding when in my opinion we shouldn't have.
War da nicht gerade ein Rasthof?
Ich würde mir gern mal die Füße vertreten.
I would like to go outside. Well, I'll open the door, you can go outside and you can bugger off. Where else are you going to get a bus to take you to Dresden at this time of night? Nowhere. Now the bus headlights are supposed to go on automatically when you're driving in sort of arcade mode like I am, but it seems to take a lifetime before they eventually go on. As far as I'm concerned, they should be on right now. Now we need to take this Rasthof. There we go, lights are on at last.
Pause einlegen?
Can you make a rest? Yes, I can make a rest. Once we get there. Every time you're accelerating, entering the autobahn, it always tells you you're driving too slow. So we need to look for the sign that will take us to the rest stop. Now, what lane should I be in? I think I should be on the inside. Oh, there's a car coming. Now there's a sign there, so get into the inside lane. We're approaching our refuel stop and our rest stop, so we'll see how much fuel we've burned.
Wieso machen wir eigentlich keine Pause?
Yes, we are making a break. Oh, we haven't burned that much fuel at all. Look at that. Right, that's us good to go. So up here and the stop should be on our left, as it normally is. Now we're going to be able to get out of here in one piece without a collision. I don't see anything. There's a rest stop up there on the left, I think. Yeah. This will be short and sweet. Right, onwards and upwards to our final destination. We've just got to negotiate this part here. There's something coming there. He's finally slowed down. And luckily he managed to slow down. Him that was just about to rear end me again. Right, so what time is it? 17:43. We have to be there for 18:54. Let's get motoring. I want home early. There's something on the TV I want to watch. That Ben's catching us there. I think we're in the right lane. No, we're not. That's bloody confusing. And that would be so much easier if the GPS worked right. Right, now we're doing a sweep round to the right again. Speed limit's down to 80. Oops.
Langsamer und wir fahren rückwärts.
Yes, I'm too slow. Yeah. What the hell's that? Again, was that meant to be there, or was it just a problem with the AI? It's hard to tell. I think we're probably going to leaving here at the next exit. We're only 40 odd. What's that? 47 kilometres showing to, still to go. Here we go. Ten kilometers to go, almost there. So it's 18:24 and we've half an hour to go to get there. We're on good time. This is just so I can see the light. Right, we're on our way. Now we're going to have to give way here. No, I don't think so. I think we're okay. They're all turning left. This is a bit tight. Especially with the police car sitting there. There's the bus stop up ahead and we're home and dry almost. And we're there in plenty of time.
Wir sind schon da?
Yep, you certainly are, lady. And at this point the game doesn't end. It doesn't tell you you've completed anything. It doesn't have a pop-up. You just have to hit escape and log out. So that concludes our journey from Wurzburg to Dresden. We thank you for joining us and hope you enjoyed your journey, even though it was cold and with the odd bump. We hope to see you again sometime.